Hello, welcome to Paul's Take. This is my long-term review on the different Crocs or Crocs imitations with the Crocs. So Crocs are in the middle. These are Amoji over here on the left, and on the right are some from Walmart. They're George brand from Walmart. And I initially got, just a recap, I initially got the Crocs about 4 months ago, and they wore out really fast. So let's take a look. So it wore out. I mean, that's, you can see the bottom. It is all kind of caved in. It's like really wore out. Put it that way. Okay, here's the back. So this is after 4 months, but after 2 months of solid use, I was like, I need another pair. But considering they were $54, I was like, they will last me 2 months. That ain't gonna do. I need some other shoes, some knockoffs. So I went on Amazon and got these Amojis for, I think they're $29. So as I ordered those, I found these Georges at Walmart, and they were only $10, $9.98 I believe. So I just picked those up as well. I mean, for 10 bucks, can't beat it. So how do they last? That's what I want to know. Which one did I turn out to be the best? Which one would I get again? So, as you know, the Crocs are very, very comfortable shoes. They're probably the most comfortable out of 3, but not by much. Okay, so they didn't last very long at all. Now, surprisingly, I was pretty much resolved that the ones from Walmart were just as comfortable as the ones from as the Crocs. And I was wearing the heck out of those. So those are my go-to, because when I was wearing the Amojis, at first, the Amojis were not comfortable, right? They were actually rather uncomfortable to wear. So I had pretty much resolved to forget about the Amojis and stick with the Walmart brand. And I was having no problems with the Walmart brand at all, finding it to be very, very comfortable. But, so then I was riding my bike, and they seemed, let's see, before we go that, they wore pretty well. They wore out too, maybe just as fast as the ones from, or just as fast as the Crocs, but they're only $10. So, who cares? But, this part right here actually sticks out more than the others. This one doesn't stick out as much. It seems like the Amojis stick out the least. Now, that's not a big deal when you're walking, but when I was riding my bike, it got caught against the frame and tore off. I was able to reattach it once, but then the second time it just ripped it completely. So that was the end of my George shoes from Walmart. Okay, so now I was like, well, let me go back to Walmart and get another pair. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if they're seasonal or what, but they didn't have any more. I went online, I couldn't find them. So hopefully they'll come back in the summer. But as of right now, the Walmart brand are no longer available. But maybe they'll come back, because I would have got those again. So now I was kind of torn. So I went back to my Crocs, because they were still very comfortable. Well, they're pretty comfortable, except for the fact that the bottoms were getting so thin that I was feeling every pebble and everything on the ground. So in the end, it wasn't comfortable enough. So in a pinch, I was using the Amojis. And what do you know? The Amojis actually broke in. Crocs actually took a second to break in as well, but not really so much the shoe to my feet, because the bumps in here are pretty, I don't know, they're the most aggressive, I would say. And my feet weren't used to it. So it took a while for me to get used to that. But I got used to them pretty fast. The ones from Walmart, they're comfortable right off the bat. There's no break-in period required. The Amojis, the bumps are fine, but the shoe just was more, I think it's more a hard plastic. Not crazy hard, but harder. And it took longer to break in, just like the softness factor. But besides that, so once, I gave it a good solid week of using it, it broke in pretty well. So now, they're comfortable. And I don't have a problem with them at all. And I think because they're harder plastic, it's going to last longer. So this actually has the least amount of miles on it, and they're still holding up the best so far. But like I said, I didn't use them as much, but I think there's more material than the others. So I'm pretty happy with them. And here are the wear patterns on the 3 of her shoes, side by side. So these are emojis, and they're not as worn out as the others, but at the same time, I didn't use them as much. Keep that in mind. The Crocs here probably got the most mileage out of them, and they were wore out to death. So it was 2 months of solid wearing, and then a little bit afterwards when I got the other shoes. The ones from Walmart, George, got a lot of. I usually wore these a lot until they broke. So they have, I would say, the second amount of wear on tear on them, and they seem to have been. They seem to be wearing pretty well. About the same as the Crocs, if not a little better. But I'll say about the same, because like I said, there's more miles on the Crocs. So in the end, I don't have a problem with the emojis anymore. And the price was decent. Like I said, it was $29. I think that's a proper price for some shoes like this. Or if even that, maybe $19, $20, or $19 to $30, I think is probably the proper price for something like this. So the Crocs, as nice as they were, they're too expensive for me. I can't justify spending $54 every 2 months when I could spend $10 when I could find it, because that's what I would get again if I could find them. If they come out again, I'm going to probably buy like 5 pair. But the emojis are fine. So once they break in, it takes longer to break in, but they're fine once they do. So that is my take on the Crocs and the clogs from Amoji and Walmart. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. Make sure you like and subscribe for more reviews.